absolutely wish them a great game and much luck as they move forward after their time with us at Bishop Hendricken. So what I'm going to do now is call out our senior student athletes and their families.
This is the roster that I got.
If we could have those student athletes, as your name is called, please report over to Coach Croft. You'll walk through the two lines and you'll remain at the end of the lines for a group photo prior to the start of our game. First, our first senior we'd like to recognize is Chris Lopresti and his mom Mary and Tony Lopresti. Next senior, Ryan Shirtleff and his mom Jennifer and dad Gil Shirtleff. At this time, could we have our senior student athlete, multi-sport athlete, Andreas Andujar with his mom Diana and his dad Andy Andujar. At this time, can we have John Santos with his friend and mentor, Tom Harkins. Our next senior student athlete is John Fay, escorted by his mom, Laura Fay. Our next student athlete is number 9, Dan Rice, escorted by his mom, Karen, and his dad, Dan Rice. Next is our senior, number 52, Richard King, escorted by his mom, Nikki King, and his father, John Ward. Our next senior student athlete is number 31, Tom Scorpio, escorted by his dad, Thomas Scorpio, his mom, Stephanie Scorpio, and his sister, Victoria Scorpio. Our next student athletes, seniors, Isaiah Emmanuel, Milan Gill, and Jason Onye will be escorted to the center of the field by Isaiah's brother, Hezekiah Emmanuel. next senior is Sam Alicia, number 45, escorted by his family, Brenda Utaro, Tim Nejas, and Giovanna Alicia. Our next student athlete is number 32, Nate Reed, escorted by his dad, Tom, his mom, Kyle, and his siblings, Skylar and Cy. Come out to center field. Our next student athlete is Malik Hill, number 29, escorted to the field by Mary Poirier and Juan Fatala.
Yeah, there's 20 signs right there. 8, 6, and 4. 20. Yeah. Wow. West had like maybe 9, I think. 11.
Our next senior, wearing jersey number 38, is Rupert McClary, escorted by his dad, Trezevon, his mom, Carmen, Ben, and Gabe McClary. Our next senior is number 53, Chris Cole, escorted to the field by his mom, Stacy, and his father, Chris Cole. Our next senior is number 77, Luke Caldwell, escorted to the field by his dad, Glenn, and his mom, Monica. Our next senior is the big man, number 69, Cam Hughes, escorted by his mom, Corey Joe Polituano, and his dad, Justin Hughes, and Angela Fazia. Our next senior is number 15, Shine Fernandez, escorted by his mom, Jackie, and his dad, Felix Fernandez. We have two of our seniors that are unable to be here today. We want to recognize those two seniors. That's Zach Laverne and his mom, Paula, and dad, Kevin, as well as Deontay Silva. Please give them a round of applause. Next, we'd like to honor another senior of ours who's been the voice of Hendricken athletics for the past 4 years. He has been our voice at basketball games, football games, and every game in between. He's done a wonderful job as the president of our Hawk Sports Management Club. We're very proud of him and his efforts. We want to recognize him and his family. That's James Labassinier, escorted to the field by his mom, Joyce, and his dad, Rich. We also would like to honor and recognize our senior cheerleaders for their help and support over the years. We're going to start with Alyssa Majacomo, senior, Caitlin Clement, senior, Kat Sheridan, senior, and Zoe Plasted, senior. Please give a round of applause to our senior cheerleaders. And my message to all of our senior student athletes is one of gratitude and thanks for all of your efforts over the past 4 years, for your time, your effort, your patience, and in particular this year, which has been a crazy year for all of us. We wish you the very best, both on the field and off the field, and in your endeavors beyond Bishop Hendricken High School. Can we please give one more round of applause to all of our seniors, including our seniors from Cranston West High School. Our coach from Cranston West, could I have your seniors just step in front of your group and just give a wave to their families? Can we give one more round of applause to our Cranston West seniors as well? Great job, everybody. Let's have a great game.
Always ready, always there. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bishop Hendricken High School in Warwick, Rhode Island. It is RIIL football action on this lovely Saturday afternoon. The Bishop Hendricken Hawks and the Cranston West Falcons. Matthew Jones alongside Nick LeBlanc. Nick, Bishop Hendricken cruising its way to the state playoffs once again at 3-0. Cranston West, a little bit of a difficult season for them this year at 1-3.
Yeah, I mean, every season's different. You don't know how it's going to go. I mean, Bishop Hendricken, they're on a nice roll. Cranston West, not so much. But, you know, anything can happen any given night. And who knows, maybe Bishop Hendricken, they could be slow out of the gate. And Cranston could certainly take advantage of that. But either way, it's going to be a great game.
It's the two number 11s headed to the center of the field for the coin toss, and that is Andres Andar, the senior wide receiver from Bishop Hendricken, and then Christopher DeGaitis, the senior quarterback for the Falcons. And we'll talk about players to watch in this game as they are going with the coin toss. Bishop Hendricken first, taking a look at Shine Fernandez. Shine has been quite a player this year, 5 yards per carry, averaging 2.9 yards after contact, and that's the bigger stat to talk about.
Yeah, when you're averaging almost 3 yards right after you get hit, it just proves that you're a tough guy to really bring down, and that's something you want out of a football team in an offense. If you can get 5-6 yards a gain, and you're also getting another 2 or 3 after you get hit, it just proves that you're a tough guy to bring down, and your offense is potent.
So while Shine has shined on the offensive side for the Hawks, on the defensive side for the Falcons, it's been Miko De La Rosa, committed to play outside linebacker at Endicott. So he's off onto the next level, that opportunity to play NCAA football.
And look, college football, it's a big, big jump from high school football. The competition is much more steeper. The guys are a lot bigger. And the stakes are higher because, great, no one when's the last time you seen an NFL player come out of Endicott? But, you know, that is like a step below. I mean, and that is an ultimate goal if he wants to go that route.
So coin toss all said and done. Bishop Hendricken in the all green with the gold numbers, gold helmets. Cranston West Falcons in the red bottoms, white tops, and the gray helmets. And we are going to pause for the playing of the national anthem.
Stadium for tonight's varsity football matchup between the Cranston West Falcons and your Bishop Hendricken Hawks. The officials assigned to today's game have been selected by the procedures of the Rhode Island Interscholastic League. Our officials this evening are referee Scott Alexander, umpire Mike Murgo, linesman Mike Hodgkinson, field judge Sean Butler, back judge Bob Miller, and clock operator Dylan Debo. We thank the league and its officials for making this game possible. Please be aware that good sportsmanship must be displayed towards all players, coaches, officials, and spectators at all times. Also, please note that hand sanitizers are located throughout the facility for the health and safety of all. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats for tonight's pregame prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Lord God, our Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to gather together this evening in competition. We ask that all those involved tonight may conduct themselves in a God-pleasing manner
That is the definition of an air horn to get us started from Farrick Field at Hayden Memorial Stadium in Warwick, Rhode Island. Welcome back once again. Matt Ellis alongside Nick LeBlanc.
Sounds like SpongeBob's alarm clock.
Start with the jokes already. We're not even 1 minute into the game.
Clock hasn't even started running yet.
Wow. Welcome to Fans Only Sports Network. It has been a privilege and a pleasure to be with you here through the football season. Launched the brand new name of our network just shortly before football season started. And it's been a quite awesome first month under our new flag. Check out all the action on Fans Only Sports. It's fansonlysportz.com. The Cranston West Falcons will kick off deep to receive for the Hawks. And it's going to go to the up man. That's number 14. And then he is met right at the 35, maybe 36-yard line and taken down.
Falcons number 6, Madison Alvis.
Well, this is good start already for the Hendricken offense. They're going to be doing with the wind, so passing the ball should be pretty good. Cranston, when they get the ball, they're going to be going towards the wind, so that might be difficult for them once the team switch sides.
And the Hawks offense under the direction of number 16, David Lynch, the junior quarterback, who has led them to a 3-0 record. Lynch steps back, pass going over top, and it was intended for Andres Andiar and about 5 yards too long. Defended there by number 11, Christopher DeGaitis, the quarterback for the Cranston West Falcons, playing in that defensive back position that we've seen him switch into throughout the course of the season.
Good route. It was a good route there by Anduar. It was a nice, beautiful throw as well. Just a little over the head.
The scoreboard to our right, flashing a message for Quiddy Pay, former Hendricken defensive player, now at University of Michigan, expected to go in the first round of the NFL draft this coming week. And that is an outlet pass that is taken down for a first down pickup at the 45-yard line. Number 17, Andrew Noland, picking up the yardage there.
Noland, he did a little quick cut out in the middle, really fooled the linebackers who got sucked into the play, and was able to pick up a nice gain.
So a 1st and 10 from the 45. The Hawks in Falcons territory for the first time tonight. A little cut route right through the middle. Noland again, and this time he's going to pick up 12, and he's pulled down at the 33-yard line, but they'll move it again, 1st and 10.
Looks like Kevin Carvalito of Cranston. He nearly took the ball into Nolan's hands, but Nolan, his strong hands, is able to hang on for the 12-yard gain and a first down, but he nearly got stripped.
So a good first minute of action here for the Hawks. 2 first downs on 3 offensive plays. Again, here's a play action fake kept there by Lynch. Runs it himself on the outside, and then he's going to step out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. Another pickup, 14 on the play, and a 1st and 10 right on the quarterback keep on the play action from Lynch.
That is the definition of fooling your opponent. You go to completely hand the ball off, make the linebacker tackle the halfback, and you are able to take it to the outside for a first down run. Excellent trickery there.
Pistol formation, split backfield. Now Lynch with Fernandez in the back. They're going to go the same route up through the middle there. That one was intended for Peter Bibby, and it falls just short. So 2nd down for only the 2nd time tonight.
Biddy, he was right there, just the pass was a little too low, but great defense there once again by Taviello.
As they set up for 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass to Bibby. Still again, pistol formation backfield. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. This one goes across to Fernandez. Fernandez on the cutback. Runs. There's the contact, and there's the yards after catch again. I apologize. I meant to say yards after contact, the other yak. But there's the yards after contact again. The contact, and then picks up another 5 after, and it's first and goal as they are at the 11-yard line. Actually, I take that back. That might actually be the 7. I am off on my angle.
And that's just another beautifully executed play, forcing the defensive end inside and cutting it to the outside. And as you said, after contact, just keep getting the yards. Fernandez is a tough guy to bring down.
So I'm really off on my angle here. We're on a very bizarre angle. That's actually the 3-yard line that they're at as I'm trying to figure out what the lines are. Here's Fernandez up the middle. Touchdown, Hawks.
Well, little swivel pass right there from the quarterback to Fernandez, who's able to just run right up the middle untouched for the touchdown.
There are football lines, soccer lines, lacrosse lines, and field hockey lines on this field. It's like you're just trying to figure out what the heck line is on this field. Just about every single sport has a line pitched on this field. There's a kick high and good for the point after attempt, and it's 7-0 Hawks just about 2 minutes into this match.
Well, that was a good offensive drive by Bishop Hendricken right there. A good passing attack and a great running attack as well. A good combination of both, and they're already up 7.
So we'll see if the Falcons can be able to answer here. We know the Hawks defense has been stingy all year long, and we'll see if they can be able to have a quick answer to come back, or it could end up being a long night.
You always want to try to get points on your first possession, whether it's 3 or 7 or even just 6. Just keep yourself in the game. If you let the score get out of hand at any level that you're playing at, whether you're a youngling or you're at the professional level, the quicker you get that down, the harder it is to come back later on in the game.
Kickoff from number 9, Daniel Rice, goes all the way to the back, and that's going to roll outside the back of the end zone. So it'll be a touchback, and the Falcons will start play at the 20-yard line.
We'll see what the Falcons, see if they can answer here on this opening drive.
Tonight's game is presented by Rhode Island Army National Guard. One more football game to go. That will be April 30th. The Mount Hope Huskies and the Pilgrim Patriots currently slated for a 6:30 p.m. kickoff. That action will be right here on fansonlysports.com. First play action play, and that will get bottled up and taken down in the backfield. Nothing there for DeGitis.
Someone up front missed a block. It looked like the right tackle, the right guard absolutely missed their block. And in come the Eagles and just absolutely annihilate the quarterback in the backfield.
Loss of 5 on the play. It's going to set a 2nd and 15. And not exactly the way the Falcons want to start this game. DeGitis takes a snap. Pass play, gets it into the hands, and back up to the original line of scrimmage goes Brennan Stetson out of the backfield, the running back linebacker.
I think DeGitis, he rushed the pass a little bit. He had time. He had great blocking. I think he had about another 2 or 3 seconds to get the ball off. But either way, though, now you have a 3rd and long. You're back at the original line of scrimmage. Great. Now you got to try to move the ball forward from there.
So they pick up the 5 on the play and get back to the original line of scrimmage at the 20, but now it's 3rd and 10. And DeGitis has his work cut out from Stetson in the backfield. Again, they play action fake to Stetson, go right up the middle, and right at the sticks is Hudson Carvalho.
I thought he was a little short, but they're doing it in the first. DeGitis again, he rolls out to try to extend the play, and again, he threw off balance. He had the time to set his feet and launch off a little bit better of a throw, but you got the first down, barely. But it's important that you keep this drive moving and take time off that clock.
They go with the pistol formation again in the backfield, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Direct snap off to Stetson. Stetson's going to pick up a first down, barreling across the 40 to the 38-yard line. And a Hendricken player lost his lid in the process of that.
What a run by Stetson. I was able to interview Stetson way back late last year, I think around September, about the football season. He said that they'd be ready whenever they could be ready. Here they are, and he just rips off an excellent run.
And a penalty called on the play, holding.
Oh.
Negates the entire Stetson run and then some, and they are back behind where the original line of scrimmage even was on this, back at the 16-yard line.
Flag on the play.
Oh,
Personal
jeez.
foul on the Falcons.
Oh, personal foul penalty. Wow. That's when the lid came off, probably at the end of the play.
So there was 2 fouls on the play, the holding call and then the personal foul call. So they've erased the holding call. The personal foul call obviously will stand. And it's
right around the 16.
And it's a first down and very long for the Falcons, as they're going to get bottled up right at the 15-yard line. So another yard lost on the play, and that's going to set up 2nd and
pretty long.
25.
Well, the Hawks weren't fooled on that play. They weren't fooled by the jet sweep. Direct snap to the running back. Wide receiver tried to come over. Defensive end for the Hawks. He did not go anywhere.
Had to get the calculators out for a second and figure that one out. Yeah, 2nd and pretty long. We do not have the benefit of digital spotting. We are at the mercy of our eyes and also off on a very different angle than you would normally see.
And you got 3 fields combined into 1.
Snap back direct to Stetson. Stetson gets hit, throws one out to DeGatis, and he catches it at the 39. 1st and 10 Falcons.
What trickery there. Direct snap to Stetson. He had time, set his feet, and launched a beautiful pass to the quarterback there. Wow.
He gets the roll as well. So on that, Stetson to DeGatis. DeGatis ends up at the 49-yard line, catching it at the 39 and then rolling himself forward before contact. And it's 1st and 10 from just about midfield. Direct snap again to Stetson. Stetson rolls right through the middle. Brennan Stetson to a first down on the opposite side of the 44 and a flag on the play. But what in the world is Brennan Stetson doing right now?
Making plays. That's exactly what he's doing. He's making a play. He had nowhere to pass it, so he just decides to take it out the gut and run. I don't like the fact that he was holding like it was a loaf of bread.
This
beautiful run.
This one's going to go against Hendricken.
Honestly, maybe a face mask.
This is going to be a 1st and 10 for the Falcons no matter what at the end of all this. The possession point, it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So a 15-yard pickup on an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and this is going to set the ball all the way down at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Falcons.
You go from your own 44-yard line, your own 44 roughly, all the way down to the opponent's 30.
And for point of purpose, this drive started at the 20, was backed up to about the 12, and then landed itself all the way here now on the opposite side, 30. Stetson, direct snap handoff again, falls down this time, and he'll be down by contact, loses about 4 on the play.
Yeah, the turf monster came up and grabbed Stetson by the foot. But, you know, those kind of plays happens. How you respond after that type of play? You could easily curl up into a ball and, you know, your whole drive gets shut down, or you make another excellent play. And I think Stenson's doing a little too much right now. He's doing a great job trying to make plays and extend this drive. But again, he's doing a little too much and just, leaving it in the hands of your playmakers also.
2nd and 15. Stetson still back there. Quarterback DeGatis on the outside. Bounces that pass. And that will set up 3rd down, and we'll see if that ends the Brennan Stetson experiment.
Stenson, he's all over the place, and it's a good thing, too, if you're Cranston West. You want to try to get as many guys involved as possible. But now here on third and long, you need a 1st down. Put it in the hands of your quarterback.
They're going to send DeGatis back out wide. Stetson in the backfield again. Pistol formation with Miles Chung to Stetson. Drops back. Stetson rifles one. Is pass interference a play? It's not.
Nope.
As right there was number 40, Tegan Jeremy, trying to go toe-to-toe with Hudson Carvalho, and he was to the better of it.
Carvalho, great street route by Carvalho, but even better defense by Jeremy. Stayed with them all the way through. No interference because he didn't interfere with Carvalho's ability to make a catch. Just excellent defense, but the throw is going to be overthrown by Carvalho by about 2-3 yards regardless. But beautiful throw by Stenson.
So 4th down, and because they're at the 35, it would be difficult for them to punt. So Stetson's going to go one more time, right down the middle. Does he have it? Off of the helmet. It bounced right off of the helmet of number 11, Christopher DeGatis.
Cranston West is looking for a penalty for a late hit on Stenson.
Well, there could have been the penalty for the late hit on Stetson. There could have also been the pass interference on DeGatis. Neither of them called, and instead it's going to be a turnover on downs, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hawks from the 35-yard line.
Another great throw by Stenson, just unfortunately bad luck as it bounces right off the helmet.
4:48 left to go in this first quarter of action. We thank you for tuning in tonight on Fans Only Sports Network.
I think they're giving the Cranston West sideline a penalty.
So a sideline warning to the Falcons. If they get a second one, they will be penalized. And now a timeout called by the Hawks, and we will take that timeout as well. You're watching Rhode Island High School football presented by Rhode Island Army National Guard.
Always ready, always there. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Welcome back to Bishop Hendricken High School, Hayden Memorial Stadium. The Bishop Hendricken Hawks and the Cranston West Falcons. Final game of the regular season for both of these sides. The Hendricken Hawks will be headed off to the playoffs. For the Falcons, this will conclude their regular season, but they're holding in right now against one of the best teams in Division I. 7-0, 4:48 left to go in the first, and a 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Snap back and a play action fake rolling here as Lynch dumps one off to Andahar, and Andahar is going to get a big run down the sideline, cuts back one more time, and he's taken down at the 21-yard line.
I think he stepped out right around the 26, but just a quick little short pass from Lynch to Andujar, and Andujar just does the rest, and he takes it all the way inside the 30-yard line.
You are correct on that. The side judge did mark it. He stepped out right at the 26-yard line, and so it is going to be a 1st and 10 regardless. But it will be at the 26 as Andahar picks up a huge run there on a little dump pass play. And we'll see what Lynch has here.
Might still work after all these years.
Goes with Isaiah Emanuel in the backfield. Lynch steps back, goes to throw again. This one a little bit long for the outstretched hands of Andrew Noland.
Another great route by Noland. Again, one-on-one coverage, wide open in the middle of the field, and Lynch, she just overthrew just a little bit. But Cranston West are going to have a real difficult time if they continue to leave Noland wide open, especially in the middle of the field, because their linebackers are just getting sucked in. That time, the safety didn't pick them up.
Second down for just the third time tonight for the Hawks.
They've yet to have a third down.
Although this is only their second offensive drive of the evening. Lynch in the backfield, again with Emmanuel. Lynch rolls to his right, and Lynch is going to get wrapped up and dropped for a huge loss back to the 38.5-yard line, and it's going to be third down and about 20.
Looked like the snap came a little bit early and caught Lynch by surprise as he nearly bobbled it and tried to run to the outside to extend the play, but by that time, the defensive end was waiting for him, ready to tackle him, and big sack. Stops the Eagles in their tracks. So now the ball's at the 38. That's about a 12-yard loss.
Yeah, about a 12-yard loss on the play, so it's going to be third and 22. As we tick to 3.5 minutes left in this first, Lynch gets bothered again in the backfield. This one's going to get picked off. Marcus Chung, a huge interception, and he's going to get pulled down back at the 5-yard line. That one just got left in limbo, and Marcus Chung was wide open in the middle.
One, that is a lethal hit on the quarterback. He still had the ball right when he got hit. Lynch, still a beautiful ball, but into no man's land right there. And that's where Marcus Chung makes just an easy interception. They don't come easier than that. But huge interception there by Chung to give Cranston West the ball back. But they're inside the 5-yard line. They have a long way to go.
A 95-yard field of situations to deal with, and we'll see what happens here. It's going to be Brennan Stetson again.
Oh, boy.
At quarterback with DeGitis out at the wide receiver position.
I don't think they trusted DeGitis still in the football. This was coming.
Carvalho on the opposite side. Sends Chung in motion. Stetson keeps it himself, barrels ahead for about 6 or 7 on the play up to the 7-yard line.
The Wildcat formation isn't a bad formation to have every so often, but when you're continuously lining up and Stenson's getting the ball, no good chance that he's going to run up the middle or pass it, so they're going to attack him. So it's not a bad philosophy for the Falcons because Stenson, he is making the plays, but eventually you got to switch it up.
So gain of 3 on the play is going to set a 2nd and 7, and a timeout called by the Cranston West Falcons.
Timeout, Falcons.
Two things. Stenson, he has an arm, and he is making the plays necessary, but you don't want to rely solely on his arm and his legs to get you to move the ball down the field. Eventually, you're going to get into another third and long situation like they were in the last drive, and you're going to need DeGitis to really throw the football. I don't know whether the Cranston West coaches don't have confidence in DeGitis' arm. And look, I'm not saying that you don't give sense in the ball. He's obviously making the plays. But you don't want to lower the confidence of DeGitis. He is your quarterback, and you got to let him make the throws.
Brennan Stetson, 2021 Providence Journal Player to Watch, 2nd team All-State.
And talked to Stenson over the phone back in September. Very nice young gentleman. Great conversation, too.
And the referee's working out a reporting issue with players. So it seems like the Cranston West Falcons are running like a New England Patriots Super Bowl playbook tonight. Stetson right through the middle. He is going to be just shy of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and a yard to go as he gets the ball up to the 14-yard line, and that may actually be good enough for a first down. He is very
short.
close. They're going to call him a yard short.
As you mentioned, the Patriots Super Bowl playbook, that's basically how they won Super Bowl 53, if you think about it.
Though they did have Tom Brady under center for the entire game, but
no one to throw to.
But seeing, those throws that went to like Mike Vrabel or to Teddy Bruschi or, and here's an offsides. Did they get him
hard
to jump?
Count. They got
They
him on the hard count.
They got him on the hard count, and they got number 42, which is Brandon Duran, to jump, and it's going to be first down for the Falcons.
That's what happens. A silent hard count. It's very tricky. You got to keep an eye on the football. I don't mind it when the defensive end moves. What aggravates me so much is when the nose tackle moves because he's right in front of the football.
There was about 5 or 6 people that actually moved on that play. They'll call it on number 42, Brandon Durant.
I'll call on someone.
Snap here to Stetson. Stetson looks, throws a little change pass, gets it into the hands of Teddy Shackelford, and Shackelford picks up 5 on the play for a 2nd and 5 from the 25. And the Falcons are moving the ball with seeming ease against this very highly ranked Hendricken defense.
Good little quick out route there by Shackelford to give Stetson an option there, but Stetson, he was hurried because, again, the offensive tackles, they missed the blocks. And when you miss an assignment, a play's going to end up blown up.
Stetson sets. This time he'll get pulled down in the backfield right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe loses a yard on the play. So he's going to lose about 4 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
Right up the B-gap. Linebacker came right up the B-gap, beat the center in the guard cleanly, and would get a hand on Stetson. His teammates were able to come in to finish off the play.
And we apologize for the clock differential. There is actually 20 seconds left on the clock, and with that being the amount of time in there is a 40-second play clock. They may either take this down and call it timeout, because I believe they're about 1 or 2 seconds ahead, or they're just going to take this to the end of the quarter, which they are going to take it right to the end of the quarter. And so that's it, with the Hawks leading the Falcons 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. You're watching Rhode Island High School football, presented by the Rhode Island Army National Guard.
Always ready, always there. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Hal's Auto Body and Collision Center keeps you moving.
You're doing great. As we are underway in the second quarter of action, and here's a pass right up the middle that is caught, and will be a pickup of about 5 on the play, and it's going to set a 4th and about 4 to go. And I have a feeling in this situation, with the field space that they have, they may punt this one.
Notice how the Eagles starting to blitz now up the middle to really get to Stenson. And that's just a sign of calling the same play or the same formation over and over.
Bibby receives the punt and then will be hauled down at about the 47-yard line. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Hawks. When you look at it, with what Hendricken has done all season long, 7-0 at the end of the first, you just marked off one small victory on the night if you're Cranston West.
And that's something that what Cranston West know and the Eagles know. When you hold a team to only one score and really one quarter, is really great.
Here's a play right up the middle and running for about 7 on the play there is Andrew Picard.
Good run there by Picard. He was able to get it, bounce it to the outside. When I played high school football, granted that was about 8 years ago, we had this one team always dominant in their Division II, but my senior year we held them to only 7 points the entire game, and they went undefeated. And these steamrolled teams, we're their toughest opponent. We're Division V. We're a Division V team. We nearly beat a Division II school.
And a penalty on the play, and it's a personal foul call against Hendricken. So it's going to back them up 15 to the 41-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 41 now. Lynch sets back. Pass complete to Fernandez, and he's going to pick up about 6 of that.
Oop. I'd tacked on another 15 to that one.
And another flag on the play, and we'll see where this one goes. Is it coming back? Flag in the backfield.
No, I think the Eagles are trying to gain yardage here.
Hawks.
The Hawks.
Hawks and Falcons.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
They're all birds.
They're all birds. Oh, jeez. This one's going to go against Cranston West.
As I thought.
And so that's going to reset. That's going to reset things for the Hawks now, as they're going to end up with 1st down and 3 on the play.
It was a late hit after the whistle in the backfield on the Falcons. You just see that clear as day.
My apologies. 2nd down. So 2nd and 3 to start. Lynch in the backfield alongside Fernandez. Lynch pitches one to the outside. Caught right there and turned was Andrew Noland. He goes out of bounds, but it's good enough for a Hawks 1st down.
Lynch and Noland again connecting there. And Noland, he didn't do anything too fancy. Just a quick 5 yards and out, right to the sideline, 1st down.
So the new line of scrimmage set will be the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks. 7-0, 10:28 left to go here in the first half. We thank you for tuning in tonight on fansonlysports.com. Little play action fake there going right to Isaiah Emanuel. Emanuel's going to get the outside edge, and then he's going to cut back again, and Isaiah Emanuel down to the 13-yard line.
2 flags in the backfield, but first off, it's a high snap. A great job by Fernandez to really come down with it and make something. I think this play is coming back, but it was a great run by Fernandez to bounce to the outside, shake off a couple of tackles, and get it down inside the 15. But again, I think this is coming back for a holding call.
There's going to be a block in the back, something you don't see too often on an offensive play. Usually you see that on a special teams play, but an illegal block in the back, and so you are correct. That is going to come all the way back, and we're going to get 1st down, but it's going to be from the 47-yard line.
It's a shame, too, because Fernandez, he shook off 2 tackles there. Got down inside the 15. Just set up a 1st and 20, I think.
1st and 22 on the reset.
15-yard penalty for the Hawks.
Fake there. Throwing it all the way downfield and just over the outstretched arms of Tegan Jeremy.
That's a bit of a high snap there for the Eagles, and Lynch was able
Hawks.
to come.
That's the second time you've done that tonight.
Yeah.
I know you're watching the green and you're kind of like, hey, you know what?
For the Hawks, again, it's a high snap. Lynch was able to come down with it. But a good thing there, though, is able to set his feet, found Jeremy open just well over the head.
Sure, I'm sure we will have an Eagles-Falcons game when we get to the NFL regular season in a couple of months.
Pardon me, I looked up my birds.
Lynch in the backfield with Emmanuel. Play action fake goes to the outside for Nolan off of his fingertips. And a 3rd and long coming up here for the Hawks.
I think Hudson Carvello, he had something there. I think he got a hand in there. Nolan, he nearly came down with that as well for the Hawks. A great play, though, by the Falcon DB. Now I got my birds in order. Instead of ducks in a row, got my birds in a row.
It's going to be 3rd and long here. Lynch in the backfield again with Emmanuel split wide. Man in motion is Bibby. Lynch steps back. He's going to be run on. They're going to dump the pass off. It's going to go up the middle. Opportunity here to try to get back. There's a huge run to the house. Reservations for 6 on the back of Tegan Jeremy.
Sense of celebration penalty is going to knock it back, so no penalty on the Hawks, but it was just a fantastic throw and run. Lynch is scrambling. Fernandez is able to find a hole in the middle, beat the linebackers. I don't know how the heck that happens, but he beat the linebackers, and he just steam trucks someone, just stiff arms him to the ground for that fantastic run. But again, they're going to get knocked for the excessive celebration. But great run.
Didn't see the flag come out on the play, just having a conversation. It looks like they're just having a conversation with the Hendricken coaching staff, but an absolute total play there. If you wrap it out, as we'll get the extra point attempt here, we'll be up and good for the 14-0 lead. It's the snap to David Lynch, a play-action fake to Shine Fernandez to Isaiah Emanuel, and then Lynch scrambles out and throws a deep ball to Tegan Jeremy, who then somehow figures out a way to truck himself another 15 yards into the house for the touchdown.
Just steamrolled somebody, too. Literally just put his arm out and just stiff-armed someone to the dirt. Well, in this case, the turf.
So,
got these multi-purpose fields.
Game reset, 9:35 left to go in the first half, and the Hawks up 14-0 over the Cranston West Falcons, and the Falcons will try to get their offense that has rolled a bit into the end zone. They'll have to contend first with the kick return. Daniel Rice will send this one deep to guide us back there with Chung. It's going to go to Chung. Chung will get to the 20, still on his feet for a second before he's bottled up and taken down. And they'll start 1st and 10 from the 20.
When you're kicking into the wind, like the Hawks are now doing, the wind will knock that ball down, and that's exactly what the wind did there. Could have easily rolled out of the end zone, but the wind was able to knock it down. I think the wind's getting stronger now.
It is definitely, and is blowing in towards the field from the back of our broadcast position.
I'm already tired of the wind. I had to work in the wind earlier this week. Wind burn.
Wind can be your friend on a golf course and can also be your worst enemy.
It's my worst enemy. It's my worst enemy. Can't stand working. Can't stand.
It's my friend. It's my friend when I'm at Topgolf.
It's your friend while you're playing. It's your worst enemy when you're working grounds crew.
True, very true. Little pickup of about 3 on the play there. It sets it for 2nd and 7. Stetson does the keep as he continues his exploits at quarterback. 3 wide for the Falcons. Stetson goes up in the air to DeGitis. Marked heavily there by number 29, Malik Hill.
I just didn't sideline. They were looking for a flag there. I don't think so. I mean, there's contact on both sides, but if both guys making contact, no point in throwing the flag. Just excellent coverage, and I wouldn't say a great ball thrown. It looks a little wobbly. But was able to get some air under it, so great pass, just better defense.
This is the last regular season game for both sides. The next game for the Bishop Hendricken Hawks will be the Division I RIIL playoffs. This one goes right up the middle. Little miscommunication there on the route between Stetson and Chung, as Chung was about 5 steps behind it, and so it sets up a 4th down. And we will see DeGitis to punt for the Falcons.
Chung did a 10-yard slant route, and Stetson just overthrew him by about 2 yards.
2 receivers back deep for the Hawks at the 50-yard line. Bibby back there, along with Picard. And timeout called by the Falcons, and we'll take that timeout as well. You're watching Rhode Island High School football presented by the Rhode Island Army National Guard.
Always ready, always there. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Back at Hayden Memorial Stadium, Bishop Hendricken High School, the Hawks leading the Falcons 14-0, 8:42 left to go here in the first half. Thank you for tuning in tonight on Fans Only Sports Network. DeGitis takes a low snap here, gets the punt away. This one's going to be caught by Bibby. Fair catch. Was he in the halo? He was. 2 flags down as the contact on Bibby, and this is going to be a big pickup.
Yeah, when the guy puts his hand up in the air, you run right past him. Don't touch him, and right there, you touch him. That's going to cost you 15 yards, easy. So instead of making Bishop Hendricken hike the ball inside the 50, they're going to have excellent field position right around the 35-yard line. Bad penalty.
Yeah, this is going to be a kick-catch interference on the Hawks, on the Falcons, and this is going to send the Hawks way downfield. So this is going to be a 1st and 10 for the Hawks as they're going to spot the ball down at the 38-yard line.
39.
I'm calling it 38. That ball's in the middle of the hash marks, but I think
you might be right.
The nose of the ball is closer to the 38.
You might be right. I'm going down the giant white line at the 40. I'm going with you on it. You're probably right. What do I know?
It is hard when they put it right in the middle. Lynch, handoff there to Fernandez. Fernandez cuts again after contact and gets it for another Hawks first down.
Fernandez, he is a tough guy to stop. As we said in the open, roughly 3-4 yards after contact, and he's just proven why he's one of the best running backs here really in Rhode Island right now.
Shine Fernandez, a senior for the Hendricken Hawks and the son of one of Fans Only Sports Network's own, Felix Fernandez. host of Political Goat. Catch his show on our, what do we want to call it? Brother network, sister network, nakedsports.com. And a huge hit on the late hit. They're going to go pass interference on the Falcons for the first time tonight. The hit on Andrew Noland.
He's trying to play the ball. He really is. And you have to call it, but he's not trying to intentionally knock the receiver down. He's trying to play the ball. Well, you're not to die down, though. It has to get called. I have a little bit of sympathy there. I was a linebacker. I was never good as a defensive back.
Since we mentioned the other network, would mention your show as well, too, Titletown Throwdown.
Yeah.
I heard you might be moving the show?
I am, yeah. Moving it to Saturday afternoons.
That's going to be awesome. Now I got something to do on Saturday afternoons.
Yeah. Yeah, work Saturday mornings until 10 and do a show at 1.
NakedSports.com, part of our family of networks, and when we say that, we get a lot of laughs out of it, but we don't mean that way. We just mean it's uncut, uncensored, kind of a barstool type network for us that started over the summer as we were all figuring out things to do to continue pivots during the pandemic, and you can check that out at nakedsportsportz.com. Check out Titletown Throwdown with Nick LeBlanc.
Yeah. Next week's show will be interesting. See how mad I am at Bill Belichick for not drafting a quarterback in either round 2 or 3.
No, he's got to draft him at round 6.
What, 199?
199.
No, I don't want better.
The Trey Lance won't fall that far.
Trey Lance will be long gone by pick 15. The Patriots had to get a quarterback either not first round, second round. You can find a nice guy like maybe a Kyle Trask or a Kellen Mond, really.
In all that being, spot fell, and it's going to be 1st and 10, and another flag thrown. This one's going to be dead ball and a false start, so it's going to back up the Hawks for 5. It will still be first down, but I'll put him 1st and 15 from the 19.
Officials are getting a little flag happy here.
Given the amount of laundry we've seen tossed on the field, and we've still got 7.5 minutes left to go in this first half.
And a whole nother half.
Still 24 minutes to play after the halftime break. Lynch in the backfield with Fernandez again. That's a Lynch. Lynch going for the back corner, and right there is DeGaitis toe-to-toe with Andahar. That one's incomplete, so second down.
Great coverage there by DeGaitis to stay right with them. Another flag. I think there's some chippiness going on. A sportsmanlike conduct penalty.
It's going to be on sportsmanlike conduct on the Cranston West Falcons. So this is going to be a first down for the Hawks, and this is going to put them all the way down in striking distance.
It has to be half the distance to the goal, but I want to know for what, though?
Somebody chirped.
Are they chirping at the official?
No, they're not chirping at the official, but they might have been chirping at a Hendricken player. All that being said, the referee's now walked over and talking with the Cranston head coach.
I think they had some head coaches just giving up on it.
All he can do is pretty much just shrug his shoulders and accept it.
That's all he can. He can happy all you want, unhappy all you want. Oh. Bring up 2nd and 5 then. Still about half the distance.
Yeah, so 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line when all is said and done.
Still got 7 minutes left in the quarter.
Lynch in the backfield again. Fernandez split a little bit wide to his left. Going for the back corner off the hands of Andahar.
Third down.
Sets a third down as it was defended well there by DeGitis.
Well, DeGitis is staying right with his man again, and Aguilar, he's right there, tried to jump up and make a spectacular catch, but just over the head. But again, great defense by DeGitis on back-to-back plays. One of them was negated. I think this is the Hawks' first third down all night.
Second third down of the evening. They do have Daniel Rice, who has a pretty good leg, so they are clearly potentially looking at a field goal and in field goal range, and here's a flag, dead ball, offsides.
Oh, my
Offsides on Cranston West.
Oh, boy.
And that's going to be enough for a first down.
That's a bad penalty to take, especially, I mean, look where you are on the field. You're backed up into your own end zone. That
Is it going to be enough for a first down?
No.
It's going to be a yard shy.
That was
So it's going to be 3rd and 1.
That was 3rd and 5.
3rd and 1. 6:50 left to go in the first half. Snap here by Lynch under center. Fernandez tries to barrel through. He's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe gaining a yard on the play.
One of the few times he's been stopped today because he is just torturing this defense.
It's going to set up 4th down, and with it being 4th and 1, looks like they're going to keep Rice on the sideline here.
Yeah, it's about 4th and inches.
As Jeremy trots in.
Smart play call. I mean, give it to them. Cranston West, they have nothing. They have nothing going. They can't stop you. They're shooting themselves in the foot penalties. Why not?
Up 14-0. You've got the lead to play with as well. If this backfires for the Hawks, they're still with a good condition. They go to Jeremy. Penalty flag on the play, but Tegan Jeremy runs it in for a touchdown.
The data took the holding.
And this is going to be holding, and it's going to come back. Oh, boy. All sorts of antics going on tonight.
Got a little bit of favoritism on this side of the field. Not trying to name names, though. Not trying to name names.
Not naming names? Just keeping it out there?
Not in terms of field goal attempt.
So we'll set up a long field goal attempt, hooking it, but keeping it inside of the left upright is Daniel Rice. And it's going to be 17-0 Falcons. Sorry, 17-0 Hawks. I got to get my birds in a row now. Jeez. You think by the last game of the regular season we'd have this.
We'd be able to differentiate our birds. When I said the opening of the broadcast that the horn sounds like the SpongeBob alarm clock, it also sounds like an 18-wheel hunt down here tries to turn them off on the highway.
Matt Gillis alongside Nick LeBlanc. Tyler Ferrer is our cameraman. Alyssa Piznuski, the producer tonight on fansonlysports.com.
You have to listen to my corny jokes.
The last full weekend of Rhode Island High School football in the regular season. One game left to be played. That will be April 30th. The Mount Hope Huskies and the Pilgrim Patriots. We'll have that action for you right here on fansonlysports.com. As Rice boots one way down the field. DeGitis is going to take this at about the 4. Cutting up through the middle, and DeGitis is going to get hit and dropped at about the 14-yard line. Sorry, I checked that again, the 24-yard line. And that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Falcons.
That's what happens when you have these multi-purpose fields. You, especially down like inside the 20, you don't know where the ball's placed. Middle of the field, you're fine with.
We're also on a very off angle and set down a little bit from where you might normally be in broadcasting a game.
It's high school sports. It's all right. But this is going to be a huge offensive drive for Cranston West. Try to generate something because you're going to get the ball to begin the second half. So you want to try to generate something, get it scored here, down by 10 entering the half. Then when you come back, you have a chance to get down by 3.
Snap back and then dumped right in the backfield is DeGaitis. Sorry, check that. Is Stetson.
The offensive line is just being overpowered by that Hawk defensive line. They're just getting pushed right back.
A loss of 3 on the play, and it's going to set up 2nd and 13. Carvalho checks out.
Looks like there's a loss of 2, I think. 2, 3.
2.5. Snap here to Stetson. Stetson throws to DeGaitis up the middle, and DeGaitis catches it right at the 30-yard line. Hit in the air and taken down immediately, but a big pickup sets it for about 2nd and 4. 3rd and 4, my apologies.
Yeah, a bit of a high pass there by Stetson, but good ups there by DeGaitis to jump up and make the catch there and make it 3rd and manageable. He made it 3rd and manageable.
So a manageable 3rd and 4. Stetson cuts to the outside, runs through the middle. He's going to cross the line. Good for a 1st down to the 39-yard line.
That was good there by Stetson. Looks like he tried to fake the handoff and then takes it to the bounces it to the outside. Is able to run up the middle for a 1st down. Now he's played a huge part in this offense in the 1st half. And there he is once again in the backfield.
Stetson to DeGaitis on the outside is hit right away. Picks up about 2 on the play to the 40-yard line.
Pressure, another high pass, and just a blown-up play. Stetson, is not getting really not getting a lot of help from his offensive line. They're being overmatched, overpowered, and he's not really. He's trying to set his feet and deliver a good throw, but his last 2 throws have been very high.
Stetson continues in the backfield. Has Chung to his right. Rolls, throwing one up. DeGaitis gets there, pass interference.
Oh, easy call. Easy call. DeGaitis, he was able to get a hand on it, but I believe it was Nathan Reed who was able to knock him down in the process of trying to make the catch. Either way, huge break there for the Falcons.
It's going to be a big pickup and a 1st down on the play.
That has to be a spot foul.
As Cranston West is walking back for a second.
5-yard penalty on Hendricken.
What? 5? What?
Hang on a second. There's a couple of different things going on here. We're going to have a conversation between the referees and the Cranston West coaches, and
5?
Teddy Shackelford has also gone over there along with the referee as well and is talking to the coaches.
5?
I'm not sure how it's 5. The flag was thrown down at like the 30-yard line.
The flag was around the 30-yard line. The play developed at the 40. It should at least be 15 yards.
We'll see how this one gets sorted out all at the end of it.
That's a new one to me. 5 yards on a pass interference at the 30. You've got to be kidding me. The ball was snapped around the 40-yard line, and the flag was thrown around the 30-yard line. I want to hear this explanation.
There's more conversation going on between Shackelford, the referee, and the West coaching staff. And now the referees are heading over and talking to the Hendricken coaching staff, and they're going to walk this one off and place it down at the 44-yard line. So it is a 15-yard penalty after all said and done, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 44 for the Falcons after all of that which occurred, which we will not break down for you in the essence of time with 3 minutes left to go here in the first half.
This is not the yardage right.
Stetson rolls to his right, hit as he throws, and that one will drop incomplete.
He had a man open towards the far sideline from us. Yeah, hard to see the number here with the sun going down and the lights on the field.
So it's 2nd and 10 from the 44 for Stetson and the Falcons offense here, trying to put something on the board in the final throws of the first half. They will get the kickoff to start the second half. Stetson rolls right through the middle. He's hit immediately and dropped down by Joanne Bodden.
Once again, the Falcon offensive line is just getting overmatched and overpowered by that Hawk defensive line. They're getting pushed right back, and Stetson has nowhere to run. I think it might be time to switch up the formation a little bit.
3rd and roughly 12 on the play, and now they're going to have to go for a pass play here if they want to try to continue this offensive possession.
Still doing the Wildcat for me.
No. As it's now DeGaitis back under quarterback. So the Wildcat is now DeGaitis, though he is directly next to Stetson in the backfield, who is also listed as the running back. They're going to go to DeGaitis. DeGaitis, little check pass to Stetson. Stetson is going to get up to about the 40-yard line and then taken out of bounds. And they're going to say he was stopped from forward progression inbounds, so the clock continues to run.
Well, at least they switched up a little bit. Direct snap to DeGaitis this time, but still a quick handoff to Stetson.
And a 6-yard gain for the Falcons.
A critical 4th down here to try to put something together in the final minute 20.
4th down for the Falcons, needing to put something on the board here as they trail 17-0. A touchdown in the first for the Hawks, a touchdown and a field goal in the second. Sits us at 17-0 inside of the last minute to go here as they're running this one to the line and then calling a timeout.
Timeout, 57 seconds.
So Cranston West calls their final timeout of the first half. We'll take that timeout as well. You're watching Rhode Island High School football presented by the Rhode Island Army National Guard.
Always ready, always there. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Welcome back inside Hayden Memorial Stadium, the campus of Bishop Hendricken High School. The final night of the regular season for the Hendricken Hawks. They'll be off to the Division I playoffs. For the Cranston West Falcons, they will turn their eyes towards the summertime and get ready for what we expect may be a regular season come September.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
This very short 5-game spring season, which they called fall too, and I'm not exactly sure you could have
can't consider
called it fall,
You can't.
though the weather has been quite bipolar in Rhode Island the past week. As Stetson rolls to his right and then dumps one into no man's land, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. And with 48.9 seconds left to go, it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Hawks from the 41-yard line.
New England weather is bipolar.
It was 70 degrees, then it was 40 degrees, then it was 80 degrees, then it was 32 and snowing, then it was something in the middle of 50s. It was 72 at one point this afternoon. It's going to be about 57 by the time we were done this game.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad. Until the rain starts tomorrow.
Oh, jeez. Don't even say that.
Lynch takes a snap, looks to throw one out over the hand of Emmanuel. And it's incomplete with 40.6 seconds left, and it will stop the clock. So we will have to run at least one more play before the Hawks will be able to take it to the locker room for halftime.
We've seen a lot of good throws by both Lynch and Stenson. They've just been inaccurate passes. Beautifully thrown balls, just a little bit inaccurate.
Lynch again with Emmanuel in the backfield. One in motion, play action fake there. Sends one down in the middle to Jeremy. Tegan Jeremy's off to the races. Is he going for the hat trick? Tegan Jeremy, 3rd touchdown of the night.
Just a little slam pass. Another slam pass there. Lost my train of thought for a second. Just another quick little slam pass from Lynch. Jeremy just found that little open hole, and then he was off to the races, being chased down, but he wasn't going to get tackled.
Tegan Jeremy has combined for pretty much all of the Hawks' points tonight.
He's accountable for 20 of the 23 points.
Rice is going to add the extra point, and it's going to be a 24-0 Hawks lead with 26.5 left to go in the first half.
That's just a killer for the Falcons. You're playing a great first half, and then the penalties started, the defensive breakdowns, the offensive breakdowns. You had a good first half. You had the Hawks on the ropes, and you had a chance, and then all the penalties just shot you in the foot, and now the Hawks are just steamrolling you at this point.
And as the Falcons stand on the field, Chung back deep along with DeGaitis, as the Hawks special teams discuss things before they trot out. Rice will send this one deep. And the Falcons will have to figure out during the halftime what to do that will break this Hendricken Hawks defense and get them some opportunity to put points on the board.
The first thing is start playing penalty-free football. That's the first thing they need to do.
A low ball that squibs around the 10-yard line. DeGaitis picks it up and then goes down at the 15. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons with 19 seconds left.
The turf monster strikes again.
And I'm wondering if we may just see the Falcons kneel this one out and take it to the locker room.
Where do you see Quiddy Pay going in the draft?
He's going to be up there. I mean,
He has to be.
I want to say top 5.
He-
But the number of quarterbacks, the number of
Top
quality,
15.
the number of quarterbacks and the number of quality quarterbacks that are in the draft make it difficult
Yeah,
for a defensive player to go in the top 5. But
I think Quiddy has a great chance to go within the top 15, 20 picks.
Quiddy Pay, former Hendricken Hawks star, started at University of Michigan and is now headed to Cleveland, Ohio for the NFL draft. He might not necessarily end up with the Cleveland Browns, but he will be in Cleveland, Ohio for the NFL draft. As we're going to come to the end of the first half, the Bishop Hendricken Hawks all over the Cranston West Falcons 24-0. You're watching Rhode Island High School football on FansOnlySportsNetwork.com.
At the half,
Welcome back inside Hayden Memorial Stadium on the campus of Bishop Hendricken High School. It is second half action between the Bishop Hendricken Hawks and the Cranston West Falcons. 24-0 for the Hawks on Fans Only Sports Network. Matt Ellis alongside Nick LeBlanc. And we will see with the Falcons set to receive the second half kickoff if they can also kick off anything offensively.
They need something. Just try to carry some momentum heading into the regular fall season.
As this one is going to sail over the head of DeGitis and Chung both and out of the back of the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback, and it will set up a 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for either DeGitis or Stetson, whoever comes out as quarterback for the Falcons. As we saw, mostly DeGitis for the first series, and then all of a sudden it was Stetson the rest of the way until about the last 2 plays of the first half.
Yeah, what's important for the Falcons right now is just try to get something going, just something to make you feel good about. This game's out of hand. Most likely, the Hawks have this pretty well in hand, but you don't want to give up on a play either.
And it's going to be Brennan Stetson with DeGitis in the backfield as well. Stetson evades a couple of tackles, gets back up to the line of scrimmage, maybe gains a yard on the play, and sets up about 2nd and 9.
He nearly got stripped of the ball. I mean, again, it's just coming to poor execution on the offensive line, and when the defensive end's coming in there to disrupt the play, it's going to get blown up.
Tyler Ferrer, our cameraman tonight. Lisa Pazniewski, our producer, on what was a sunny and warm day that has turned into a bit of a chilly, more feeling like fall evening.
It's a brisk night.
It's a brisk night. Tomorrow's April 25th, so all you'll need is a light jacket.
Then the next day you'll need your winter jacket.
A lot of references to that movie going on tomorrow. Get the memes ready. It's going to be a lot of pictures of William Shatner on the internet tomorrow.
Oh, boy. Poor William Shatner.
And not Star Trek related either. Stetson in the backfield sends DeGitis in motion. Keeps it himself. Tries to barrel through, rolls off a couple of different defenders, gets across the 30 and a 1st down.
That's just powering your way through the defense, not refusing to go down, keeping your legs moving, and that's exactly what you want to see out of any player. Keep the legs moving, power your way through to get a 1st down.
We apologize for any awkward differences that we might have between our clock and the game clock. We're not connected directly to the clock, so we're controlling it all manually. We also don't have a walkie-talkie to the referees. It's fumble, and that's going to be recovered in the backfield by the Hawks.
Bad snap. It was a high snap. It went off the fingertips of Stetson. He tried to make 2 recoveries on it, but by that time, a Hawk defender was already in the backfield ready to jump on it. And that's just a killer for the Falcons.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hawks offense. They're going to start from the 27-yard line, as Lynch will trot out to the center of the huddle.
Nothing better than a short field if you're an offense. And you're up 24.
On the yard, Thomas Scorpio back there. These referees are making a very interesting day. This one's going to go to Scorpio up the middle. Lynch was set under center. Every player on both the offensive and defensive sides were down. Lynch is in the midway of his count, and the ref just pushes the button on his whistle. The refs are using digital whistles that are handheld. So just an errant flick of your finger pushes the button and will make the whistle go off. All things in the era of COVID. Here we go through the middle, bouncing off of players as Isaiah Emanuel cuts to the outside. Isaiah Emanuel, touchdown.
Manuel he also powered his way through that defense. Cranston West just absolutely no way to start this Hawk offense, and now they're up 30.
With a Danny Rice extra point to come, and likely a 31-0 lead towards the end of it here, is trotting onto the field is Lesjoy Nayea, the last player on, so that they have 11 on the field. Rice sends this one right through the uprights. And the extra point attempt is good, and a 31-0 lead 3 minutes in to this third quarter of action.
Saw Rice talking to the Cranston West kicker at halftime.
That was, you don't see opposing players chatting with each other in the middle of a game, and then to see opposing kickers having a conversation with each other. Danny Rice and Matty Alves just having a little chat over on the side of the field during the halftime break, and that's something you don't see too often happening, even in high school level. But yeah, interesting little conversation there.
They're talking about launch angles.
Of course, Madison Alves, the junior kicker for the Cranston West Falcons, quite a talented soccer player in her own right. And we'll see what she can bring for her senior season for the Falcons when that gets underway in just a few short months' time. And it's a weird thing to be saying that in the midst of football season.
Spring football season. Hopefully come September, everything's back to normal.
This one is going to sail over the head of DeGitis. It's going to bounce and go just about a yard or two in the end zone.
I don't know about that.
And that will be a touchback, and so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. And I feel I've said that a number of times tonight about where the Falcons' offense has started from. It's been 1st and 10 from the 20, 1st and 10 from the 20, 1st and 10 from the 20.
Well, that just happens when, you can't get a turnover, A. And B, you're just having a hard time getting the opposing offense off the field and really force them into a tricky situation. The Hawks have had 1 4th down all day, and they got a field goal out of it.
So positive points on every possession, pretty much. We've seen 1 interception and 1 turnover on downs, and this one is going to be a pickup of about 1 on the play. It's going to take it to 2nd and 9 as Stetson continues his adventures.
I'd like to see the Falcons try to put a nice offensive drive here. Even if it ends in 3, it's a little bit of momentum and just a bit of a confidence boost. Because right now, their confidence is pretty shot. You're down 31 with 8.5 minutes to go in the third.
And you might have expected it coming into a game against a team like Hendricken, who's been dominant in Division I throughout the course of the year. 3-0 on the season, has easily won all 3 of their games. They'll go to 4-0, barring some bizarre miracle happening tonight. As Stetson fires one right up the middle. It's caught by DeGitis, and he's going to take that for a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's impossible the way that Bishop Hendricken is playing, but don't pull an Atlanta Falcons. although this would be worse than a 25-point deficit. I don't think we're trying to get to that point, though.
All references to that a few weeks ago on March 28th, and a lot of teasing around the New England region about the 28-3 lead the Falcons had in the Super Bowl. Patriots come back to win that Super Bowl on the now retired Julian Edelman making a absolutely outrageous catch is barreling up the middle there to about the 30-yard line, maybe just shy of it, setting up a 4th and very short one. Was number 13, Hudson Carvalho, involved in the play there.
Just that element catch. I thought it was an incomplete pass, and then I see the officials run over and say, did not catch that. Saw the replay, I'm like, oh my God, a great and outstanding catch happened the Patriots way. I was shocked.
And the mic'd up scene is pretty crazy from him when he's like, I got it.
No, he didn't.
No, you didn't. I got it. Chung out wide with Carvalho. Stetson in the backfield. Stetson takes a snap, keeps it himself, barrels through, picks up more. Brennan Stetson off to the races. He's going to get pulled down, and a late hit out of bounds is going to tack on more to this as Stetson goes out at the 45 and then is decked in the middle of the Cranston West sideline.
Great run by Stetson. He was able to bounce it to the far sideline and really found a lot of open running space. And one thing that you got to know is that as soon as the player steps out of bounds, the play is over and dead. And when you just hit a guy out of bounds there more, it can lead to injury, and it's just bad discipline all around. And that's a huge break for the Falcons. And see if they can capitalize on that huge break. They haven't been able to capitalize on anything tonight.
So with the penalty tacked on, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 40.
Went out at the 50.
A 15-yard penalty from the 45 takes it to the 40 on the opposite side of the field. Snap to DeGitis. DeGitis carries for about 2 on the play and sets up a 2nd and 8. And the Falcons look to be in business for only the 2nd time this evening. We'll see if they can turn this in positively.
Their opening drive was very good. They got it down to about their own 15th, and that's when the penalties started happening.
So a strong opening drive here of the 3rd quarter. See if they can be able to turn the board a little bit, as it's been all Hawks from the opening kickoff. A 31-0 lead as we play with 5.5 left to go. Here's DeGitis rolling to the side. This one's going to go short. It's going to be almost intercepted as it bounced off of the hands of the Hendricken quarterback. It looks to be number 29. That's Malik Hill.
It was right in Hill's mitts, too. Right in his mitts. He just could not hang on to it. And really, the DeGitis, greatly thrown ball, but just bad placement. It was in double coverage.
Hill down there along with Andre Fisher and Andrew Picard. The 3 players causing all sorts of havoc.
Triple coverage
for the Falcons offense. It was Hill who ends up breaking up the pass.
Should have been picked off.
Now Stetson in the backfield again. Stetson takes a snap, finds a gap in the middle, tries to push further, and he gets pulled down at the 35-yard line. It's going to set up a 4th and 5.
I'd go for the Falcons just in terms of, confidence boost. And what do you have to lose down 31? What do you have to lose down 31? It's your final game of the season. You got nothing to lose. I'd try it.
You can't really punt unless you want to pooch punt this one because you're pretty far down the field. We'll see what they do here. Shackelford's come back in for the Falcons. They're going to split DeGitis and Chung out wide. It's going to be Stetson in the backfield along with Miles Chung. And they have Carvalho split to the other side. Direct snap to Chung. Chung is going to get lit up right at the 45-yard line. Actually going to lose a yard on the play, and it's going to be a turnover on down. So 1st and 10 for the Hawks coming from the 37-yard line.
Another promising drive, just right down the drain for the Falcons. And really, credit to the Hawks. Their defense has bent a few times tonight, but it has not broken. And that's where you got to have a bend, don't break mentality.
.4:17 left to go in the third quarter. The Hawks have already put 7 on the board here in the third to make it 31-0, and they'll trot back out. Lynch under center. Snap that gets pulled down. They fumble on the play.
It's not really a killing play for the Hawks. The Hawks can afford a few plays that for negative yardage. They can afford a few plays like that. Depends if the Falcons can try to capitalize on something. This game was 7-0 midway through the second quarter.
As they have taken Lynch out as quarterback. The handoff. Barreling through the middle and just chugging for more yards is Shine Fernandez.
No, now's a good time for the Hawks. If 31-point lead, you're about to enter the fourth quarter. It's not a bad idea to play some of your younger players, give them a little bit of high school experience. I mean, the Hawks are saying goodbye to 20 seniors at the end of the year. So it'll be a great chance for some of these guys who don't get a lot of playing time, a chance to shine and show the coaches what they have for the fall.
And rest your players for the upcoming Division I playoffs, still to be held. Playoffs will start May 7th as Fernandez runs right up the gut there, and he's going to get to the sticks. And he'll move the chains for another first down. 2:37 and counting left to go here in the first quarter of the second half. Tricked you there, didn't I?
I was about to say.
As clock has restarted here as they have placed the chains, and we're 4 points shy of the running clock rule. As they are bottled up right at the line of scrimmage.
I have to say, I have mixed feelings about the running clock. I have a little bit of mixed feelings about the running clock. I mean, it's a great way to speed up the game at the end when it's a score like this. But at the same time, though, it's a little bit of a breaking football tradition. Like if there's an incomplete pass, the clock's still running. It gives the offense less time to try to put something together. So.
And it completely eliminates the opportunity for potential comeback to happen because you're just running the clock off. It's like saying, "Oh, the game's over," because you're up 35 points. Like
you're just doing this for cardio.
It's possible to have crazy things happen.
It's like saying, "No, we're just letting you play for cardio reasons." I don't know. I don't know. It's a nice rule to have, but there's just a lot of flaws.
Yeah, and you understand it maybe that we say, okay, it's a rule that you have in youth football. It's a rule that you have in high school when you still have younger players who are still developing. You don't want to end up with these 68-0 blowout games, and ending up, demoralizing a team. So I understand it, maybe in that respect too. But, yeah, there are a lot of questions around whether or not that's the best way to continue, especially as players and player mentalities develop as well too. Here's a run up the middle from Fernandez. He's going to get up to about 2 yards shy of the chain marker. It's going to set a fourth down and about 3 for the Hawks, as they are going to take this one to the end of the quarter and will take the end of the quarter along with them. You're watching Rhode Island High School football presented by Rhode Island Army National Guard on fansonlysports.com.
always ready, always there. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Welcome back inside Hayden Memorial Stadium, the campus of Bishop Hendricken High School. The Hendricken Hawks all over the Cranston West Falcons 31-0. Matt Ellis alongside Nick LeBlanc, Tyler Ferrer, our cameraman, Alyssa Paznuski, our producer tonight, on what has turned into a bit of a chilly late April evening, as the Hawks will punt.
Why not?
On 4th and 2, up 31. Marcus Chung back to receive. This one's going to get wobbly, and then will bounce and be caught at about the 27-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Falcons.
There's a pooch punt.
There is my pooch punt.
Can I just go back on our last conversation about the running clock? I'm okay with it having it in youth football because, you know, especially at the younger part of youth football, because they're just kids. They're just trying to teach them, you know, the basic fundamentals. 8th grade is like, okay, fine. But once you get to high school, no running clock. You know, no matter how bad the score is.
DeGaitis continues to slot out as the wide receiver to the left. Stetson in the backfield with Chung. Handoff to Chung. Barrels his way right through the middle. Miles Chung runs down and he gets to the 40-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 11 on the play, and it's going to be good enough for a first down.
He don't like that out of Chung. You know, he still powered his way through the offense. He had decent blocking, found a great hole. And you just got to appreciate the competitiveness of Chung right there. You know, yeah, the score is out of hand. Nothing's worked for you offensively or defensively, but you're still out there trying and competing. That's what you got to hope for a coach. Just go out there and still compete.
So Marcus Chung out wide to the right. Miles Chung in the backfield as they go to Stetson, who runs it himself up to about midfield. Is he good enough for a first down? He's going to be about a yard shy.
About a yard, half yard short.
So Brennan Stetson gets a run of about 9 on the play for 2nd and 1. And we see multiple substitutions from the Hendricken side, you know, putting just about everybody else in to this game in the final 10 and change to go.
I mean, why not? No point risking the health of your starters for 11 minutes.
The number of the starters have taken seats on the bench as well. Stetson's going to get bottled up in the backfield right at the line. Did they say he pushed forward enough?
I think they're giving it. Yeah, they're giving
They're
it to him.
going to give it to him. So they're going to give him
Wow.
forward progression. As the nose of the ball is going to be on the 50-yard line, they're going to say it's good for a Falcons first down. So 1st and 10 from midfield.
Well, that's a bit of a gift, but you know, at this point for the Falcons, you'll take any gift possible, really, in a 31-0 game.
The referee's trying to push this game a little bit too. The clock started before the chains were actually even set. As soon as the down marker was set, they went for it. Stetson up the middle again. He picks up about 3 this time. It's going to set a 2nd and about 7. Pick up a 3.
Yeah, 7 yards.
Ball's in the middle of the hash mark.
It's right under the wing of the hawk. I almost said eagle again. Hawks and eagles look the same to me. I'm sorry.
Stetson with Chung in motion. Direct handoff to Chung. And he barrels up for about 3 on the play. It's going to take him to the 46-yard line, and it's going to set up 3rd and 6.
When I did home researching all my birds again.
Need a little aviary research.
Get my mind back going straight. Not confused with the Hawken and Eagle. Sorry, they look the same.
No birds necessary for tomorrow. We'll be down in Connecticut for CIFL Week 4 action. Central Prep Lines from Harlem, New York, taking a little trip up into Connecticut to play the Southern New London County Mutiny from Groton, Connecticut. Little CIFL spring action.
That's a name.
And then we'll be back on air in Rhode Island April 30th. Mount Hope Huskies taking on the Pilgrim Patriots, the final regular season game of the RIIL season, as an interception sends the ball to the Hawks. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 42, and that's going to trot everybody off the field and a whole new offensive set on the field.
And the ball is turned over to the Hawks.
With 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, the Hawks are going to walk this one out.
Just run the ball out. Just run out. Don't worry about scoring. Just try to make your own running clock. Make it 8 minutes. Run the football. A pass should not be thrown. Just run the football.
Fernandez going to carry for about 1.5 on the play, and it's going to set 2nd and 9. Hawks headed to the RIIL Division I playoffs. Playoffs will begin May 7th. For more information on that, stay tuned to fansonlysports.com. That's fansonlysportz.com.
Bishop Hendricken is going to be a tough out. They're going to be a real tough out. Potent offense, potent defense.
Bouncing to the outside and running to midfield before he's pulled down as Fernandez.
You know, again, you don't like the competitiveness of these young guys for Bishop Hendricken also. You know, yeah, 31-0. You know, you don't have to do anything too fancy, but, still try, still compete. Show the coaches what you have going into the normal fall season, so we hope. Fingers crossed on that one.
I formation backfield. Barreling all the way down to the 40-yard line is Nate Reed.
And Reed just found a hole again. He just tumbles his way down to the 41. Just trying to again still compete, but just take time off the clock.
All right, I apologize. It's actually 33. I thought I saw 32. I'm trying to find the numbers here on their jerseys. It's 33, and we actually don't have him listed on the rosters we received in the game. So they've obviously pulled players up for today's game with having 20 seniors on the roster. If they take the seniors out, make sure they have enough players still to work with. .5:45 left to go. The Hawks heading their way to a 4-0 regular season. Had one game canceled due to COVID. Otherwise, they would have had a 5-0 record potentially. We can only imagine. Imagine the way they've played this year. But with all that being said, they're going to end up with a 4-0 record at the end of all of this. And a clear #1 seed in the Division I playoffs as Fernandez here runs this one for a pickup of 5. Gets it to just shy of the 35-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 5 as the stick is just inside of the 30 at the 31.
Just keep running the football. That's all you can do. You don't have to pass it. Now the Falcons haven't really been able to stop the second team either.
It's a strong run there, trying to pick up a yard on the play, but they're going to be bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to set up a 4th down. And we'll see if they'll punt it away here. And they're going to try to go for it here on 4th and 5. And running right through the middle, all the way down. Touchdown, Shine Fernandez.
Just found a big, wide open hole right down the middle of the field, and he just takes it. And now the running clock will come into effect.
If you didn't need an exclamation point to the game, the Hawks just put an exclamation point on the game. As this will send Danny Rice out. My apologies, I checked that one. As Danny Rice had been handling the kicking duties, looks like it might be Gabriel Franco out there.
Looks like it.
As actually John Santos, number 84. Or Matt Brock, as they say. So our roster is all sorts of off. They've pulled up players and given different jerseys around. All that being said, 38-0, and now the running clock does come into effect.
Yep.
As mentioned. And this will easily take us
to the end
of this game.
See, with the running clock, I'd at least I'd stop it just so that way to get everyone set on the field, and then you do the running clock from there. At least let the players get set on the field before you do the running clock. That's another issue with the running clock thing, but what do I know? I'm just a fan of football, and whatever they decide to do for the rules.
And Hendricken set with a straight across line here. 2 deep for the Falcons to Gaitis and Chung. This one's going to go side to side to Chung. Chung's going to take a run here. Chung's going to get pulled down at the 40-yard line finally. But the clock will continue to run.
If he ripped that off, then the running clock would die.
Brock sends one all the way down. Chung takes it to the 40-yard line, and the Falcons are going to have about a minute to work with.
Probably enough to maybe get off of 1 or 2 plays, maybe.
There is a 40-second play clock in high school football. And we'll see how closely we get inside of the 40 seconds on the opposite side of this play. And whether or not this might be the last play of the game. Snapping a handoff there. It gets carried up for about 4 yards, and it's going to be just outside of the 40, outside of the 40-second mark. and just over the 40-yard line to about the 44, and so we're going to get one more play here.
Looked like there was a face mask, too, at the end of that play to bring him down, but no sense throwing the flag.
I think at this point, yeah, you're just going to let that fly unless it's really egregious.
Yeah.
Stetson takes a handoff here, and that one is going to get bottled up in the backfield and hauled down on the final play of the game. So the Falcons will take a loss on the play there. It'll set them for 3rd and 8, but the clock is going to run out, and we have come to our final for the evening. So the Bishop Hendricken Hawks go to 4-0 on the season. Cranston West Falcons will close off the year at 1-4, and the Hendricken Hawks will head off to the Division I playoffs. For our cameraman Tyler Ferreira, producer Alyssa Pesnewski, Nick LeBlanc, our color commentator, I'm Matt Jolis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Rhode Island High School football presented by Rhode Island Army National Guard on Fans Only Sports Network. Good night.